So hello, I'm back at the Stone Lean-To. My name is Carola Bryant. It's always a new adventure trying to get up here. Um, you can always find a new way to get here. So I'm going to turn you around so we can explore. I'm coming a little earlier in the morning. I tried to come with a different angle of light, and it's quite beautiful this morning. I'm going to turn you around and show you the sun just flowing into the lean-to. I wanted to add a few things like the environment here in Maine is very hostile for everything, including rocks. When spring comes, life comes back with a vengeance, including the black flies. I find orange peel, if I take some orange peels as I'm walking and put them under my hat, it helps keep the bugs away, but it's a little too hot for the hat today. So I'm going to turn you around. Well, anyway, the point I was trying to get to was the inside of the lean-to, as well as that chamber we found last time a little further up, is that they're protected. So whatever you're seeing under the protected areas, the carvings are vibrant. But I'm going to have a little trouble finding the little birthing chamber that I found earlier. I came across, after you go to sleep and you dream, you come up with some new ideas. And I think that, there is some correlation there with some previous works I did on the Venus, which is a whole life cycle of a particular character from the past, female, where she was very integrated with large birds, maybe even, where at times there were forests with big trees. They may have hooked up in hollows. From the stories I'm getting in the stones, it doesn't seem like she was, the family type to, have a husband and, have a family life of that nature. I think she pretty much, procreated, with a male, but then left to raise her child on her own. Her experience and way of living in some of the areas, some of the history I'm seeing in the stones is that she lived in the hollows of a tree and raised her child by herself. The space she had was not that big, so having an extended family would not make sense. But she was collected honey and was very much involved with nature, and appears to have had an opportunity to train birds and use them for flight. So in a lot of old stories, it seems to have a bird's eye view, and you wonder, how did humans get that view? I believe that there was a group of women at a time when, males were larger and females were significantly smaller in stature. I believe this allowed them to have greater mobility, being lightweight and small, to be able to train birds and fly them. I know that sounds crazy, but it's not my invention. It's purely, as I say, once you learn how to pick your way through this lithic literature of imagery that is telling history, it's reoccurring and evident here in Maine, as well as in places like the Azores, Germany. I mean, all over the world there is a great acknowledgement of this lady with the birds. We can always, see also in folklore you hear, the stories like Mother Goose, where she flies a goose, etc. So that's something to think about. Well, here I will turn you around. We'll look at the sun coming into the lean-to, and then I'm going to go try to get to that chamber again. Wish me luck. I already tried. So I have to backtrack a little and see if I can find it. Just because the carving inside that chamber is exquisite, like it was done yesterday. And it would be so fun to see way to find out how old it was. There seems to be like little spots where there might have been fires. So I don't know if that's something that is helpful in dating. It might be, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you. I'm going to turn you around. So there's the lean-to and the lovely sunshine coming inside. I'm going to step in and take a few pictures just to you can get a sense of the space and how beautiful it is. And then in this bright light, it looks even bigger. So maybe we can check this out, and I'll take some pictures, and then we'll venture off to our next site. So I'm glad to rejoice that I have found this little birthing chamber, which is what I think it is. So yay! I am so happy because that means I'll find it again. Sometimes the woods here are, you just get lost. And I enjoy that. I enjoy getting lost. I do this all by myself. I don't encourage anybody to do the same. I'm wary of inviting people because I'm willing to take chances that I don't want to push other people to do. But here we are. I'm going to turn you around so you can see where we are, high up. There's bugs. It's Maine. So here we go. So here, we're way up here. You can see how this granite mountain has a good slope to it here. Precipice right here, like if beyond this rock, it goes straight down. But here is the chamber we've been talking about, which is so exciting. As I tried to explain, the protected aspect of this chamber has protected all the work on the stones. As I explained, Maine is an extremely hostile place. So to find stone that was worked and not exposed to the weather and all the other things that eat away at the stone is exciting. So this is my second time being here, and I'm going to take a little jump down and take some pictures and see if the lighting, this is more of a morning light rather than the early afternoon light, and see if we can see anything that's a little different. I'm really happy. I'm looking for, we had no problem seeing the female form. I recently put out a little blog, but with that said, I also want to see if I can find reference to large birds, because that would bring the whole Venus idea of the raptor maiden. The space is small, probably has more room for just a mother and child rather than a large group of people. So she was from what I'm understanding, she was a rather solitary creature, small in stature, small enough to be lifted by large birds that she would train. I know it sounds crazy, but hey, I'm into it, and I'm beginning to see a lot of things that support this. Some people like to be judgmental and say things like, monkeys putting dots together, but in actuality, we have some very intelligent human beings and some very, independent women who could train birds to fly. Therefore, raptor maiden. Yes. And that's what brought me to the Azores when I went there for a couple of months, sharing with other archaeologists there that were more open-minded than in the United States, which kind of was a little bit of fresh air. But I'm back in Maine, and I feel more confident than ever that we're going to be able to break the code and have everybody enjoy this too. Thank you. So I'm down inside the chamber. I've already taken some pictures. I'm going to turn you around and just give you a little scope of, you know, how deep this is and how large it is for one person, making it through the winter or trying to find a safe place to have a baby. And I do believe I have a capstone right here sitting next to me that might have been partially covering the top. That would make it almost impossible to find. I'm sure there are other little cubbies like this. Almost always these ladies that I call raptor maidens had a good corner of the market on honey because they were able to you know, make their way around using large birds in flight so that they bring them to high places. This is, I believe, one of those places, way up high, safe place to give birth, and she would have plenty of nourishment due to her capacity to get around. So I'm gonna turn you around. We'll see what we got. So I'm down. This is the capstone that I think was, you know, you can see it's coming down to here. That could have been up over this. This is the opening at the top. There doesn't seem to be any other entrance. It looks like that could have been an entrance with a capstone over it. That would be the only area. And with the capstone on and all the other, you know, lichen and everything growing, it would be hard to figure out that this actually existed. So she would be safe here. And there's plenty of room. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, thank you. We'll keep going. Oh, the bugs. It's almost hard to breathe. There's so many of them. All right, thank you. Think twice before coming to Maine. I don't use bug spray. I've been using a little bit of orange rind under my hat, or, you know, it seems like the orange rind seems to be offensive to them. So I don't know. It seems to work for me. After a while, you get used to them and I just ignore them. All right, have fun. So I just crawled out of our little secret spot here. You know, it's right behind me here. I'll hold the camera out over. There he is. Down inside there is our cubby. But if you come up and turn around, just to show you, this is like, you know, platforms out here that if you were relying on a large bird at all, this would be a good platform to take off. You have a breeze coming on. Often I find vultures taking advantage of the breeze that comes up and angles you up to catch air to coastal, you know, in the air. It's nice lift if you needed to get up and fly. I know this is where some people think I'm, you know, lost some marbles, but, you know, if I was taking off, as this raptor maiden is showing me how she does, you'd be in a good spot to take off. I do not believe we had that many trees here at certain times in Maine. This was pretty barren. Our topsoil is almost nothing. So probably at times when the Ice Age was coming and going and the glaciers were moving, this would have been more rocks than anything else. So I don't think she would have had so many trees to deal with. So it's beautiful up here. Kind of scary too.